Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing good. I just wanted to share with you a little, some garage sale finds that I got this weekend when I was out and about. I was visiting my mom and they had a citywide garage sale going on. So we went and looked around and went to a few garage sales, and then the local county fairgrounds had like their fairgrounds open for people who wanted to come in and do a garage sale on the grounds of the fairgrounds, basically. So like if you lived in an apartment or someplace where you couldn't have a garage sale, this would be an option for you. So that's where I found a majority of this stuff. I really only stopped at like one additional garage sale that was outside of the fairgrounds. Otherwise, I mostly found everything at the fairgrounds. And then there's a few items that I found at a little shop in her town. It was kind of like a little, kind of an antique shop. They have a mixture of antiques and modern stuff. And then a few things from Savers. So let's get right into it. I've got a lot of cool things to show you today. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to show you is some sheet music. And while I do play piano, this sheet music is mostly just to be framed because the graphics are so beautiful on it. And I got this sheet music all from the same vendor. So the first one is called Teasin', and this is the graphics on it. I just thought that was like absolutely beautiful. So that's the first one. Sorry if you can hear people working outside. I have the window open and it's just loud in here today, so excuse the noise. This is the next one. It's called Red Lips Kiss My Blues Away. And I absolutely love the graphics on this one. So like I said, I'm going to frame these and just use them more as art than as actual sheet music. And I really like this one is too. My Extraordinary Gal, it's called. And, oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. And the last one is called Pego My Heart. And I just loved that graphic on there with the lady with her little suitcases and her dog. So yeah, I paid, I think $5 for all four of those. So not a bad price. And her sheet music was like in perfect condition, which is sometimes very hard to find. So okay, so let's go on to some of the other items from the garage sale. Let's see. So in the little shop that was in the town, I'm just trying to look here to figure out which ones. Actually, let's come back to that. Let's go for all the stuff that was at the garage sale first. And that would have been this beautiful cut glass. What am I trying to say? It's been a long day. I just drove like 2.5 hours home from my mom's, so I'm a little bit tired. And as you can see, I'm not really wearing any makeup today because I just was like, this is not a day that I feel like putting makeup on. So vase, that's what we're trying to say. So this beautiful cut glass vase. This older lady had a booth. She had a lot of glass stuff and just a lot of antiques. I guess we were talking for a little while, and she has like a whole basically storage garage that's just full of antiques, and her prices were super low. So I bought this from her. I think I paid $2 for this glass, and it is gorgeous. You can just tell by the light, just the way it reflects on there, how beautiful that is. And it's heavy. Okay, and then from that same lady, I bought a cut glass dish that looks like this. It's got this beautiful design on the back of it. And I think she wanted like $6.50, but she said all her prices were reasonable, or were, I could make an offer, so I think I paid $3.50 for this. And then the last thing that I got from her, which is absolutely gorgeous, it's a light fixture, and it's actually from the 1940s. It would have hung from the ceiling, but because I don't have a way to attach it and I'm renting and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna turn it into like a night light almost. So this is how it looks. It is beautiful, and it would have attached to the ceiling from up here, and then the light, this would have hung like in an entryway in a home, or you know, it's all glass, all one piece. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to put a light underneath it, and then I'm going to put it in this dish, and I'm going to display it on my dresser just like that. So maybe someday, if I ever move into my own house or something, maybe I'll eventually put this up as a light fixture, but for right now it's just gonna go as kind of like a night light on a dresser like that. So she was asking $14 for this, which is an absolute steal based on the fact that it's from the 40s and there's not a chip in the thing. So I asked her if she would take 10, and she said yes. So I got this for 10. So I'm going to put this on top of that other dish and make it into like a nightlight, and then put that on top of one of my dressers. So I think that's going to be really, really pretty. Okay, and then, I also got this little bear. The Boyd's Bear figurines, if you remember, those were really popular, probably, I don't know, back in the 90s maybe, I don't really remember, but she had a whole bunch of Boyd's Bears. Another vendor did, and she was only asking $1 a piece for them, which is crazy because some of them online are worth quite a bit more, but I got this one for $1. It says on the bottom, "A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips." Miss Grizz, Saturday night. So it's this little bear, and she's standing on a scale. She's got her bathrobe on, and she's got her little, like, well, in Polish we call this a babushka. So it's like a little head wrap. Basically, you would put it over your curlers at night. So, yeah, so I just thought this was so cute, and so I picked that up for $1. I'm just going to use that as a display piece, maybe in the bathroom or something. So for $1, I mean, you can't go wrong, and it did come with the box as well. So, and it is a signed piece. Like if you look at the bottom there, you can tell that it's a signed piece. Okay, let's see. One other vendor I got this cute little dish from. It's like a condiment dish. Absolutely beautiful again, cut glass, gorgeous. The top comes off. It's got a little indent right there where a little fork would go in. So I would think you could use this for like olives or, you know, some sort of condiments, or you could even use it in the bathroom to put, you know, like little like facial pads in, or Q-tips or something. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know if I'll use it for jewelry or condiments, or I'm not sure, but I couldn't pass it up. I think she had it marked for $2. So it's absolutely beautiful for $2. Okay, and then a couple of the other stores in town that I went to, they were having like a summer days festival in the town that my mom lives in. So we kind of just walked around and went to different shops and stuff. So a lot of this stuff came from some of those shops. So a few of the other things that I picked up was this little fish. It's a chalkware fish, if you can see on the bottom there. And I do collect chalkware. I collect mostly the hanging chalkware that you put on the wall. But I thought this was a cute little display piece. I think she was asking like $3 or $4 for this. It's kind of sparkly a little bit. So I picked that up because I'm going to put that in my bathroom. I have kind of a fish theme in my bathroom, and it has pinks and oranges and whites and those kind of colors. So this should go pretty good in there. And then I picked up one more fish for the bathroom. This one is all glass, and I just thought it was so cute. It reminds me of like a little goldfish. He does have a little chip up here on his tail, but I think this one she was asking like $3 or $4 for as well. So I couldn't leave him behind. The oranges definitely go with the colors of my bathroom, so I just thought that was so cute, and he's pretty heavy. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to display those two little fish in the bathroom once I get moved into my new place. Another piece that I picked up, this was in one of the cabinets in one of the shops, and I just thought it was so pretty, and I want to say it was like $6 or $7. It's this beautiful little sugar scuttle. Basically, yeah, you would just, get your sugar up in it. It is silver plated. It's got a little tag there stating that. It's got some patina on the inside, but for the most part, I think this is beautiful, and I'm just going to use it as a display piece and probably just put like dried flowers coming out of it. So I think it's going to be really pretty, but yeah, it's hard to find really nice pieces like this anymore that aren't terribly expensive or super, worn out. So I decided I was going to jump on this piece just because I thought it was such a pretty and unique item. This next item is one of my absolute favorites. I was actually looking for a piece like this, or a bust, or some sort of historical looking piece to put in my dining room on the buffet table. So I've been kind of looking around. I found like a full statue of like Abraham Lincoln sitting in his chair at Savers like a few days ago, but I passed on it just because it wasn't the colors I was looking for. It looked more modern and it didn't really go with my aesthetic. So when I saw this chalkware piece at one of the stores in town, they were asking $16 for it, and I was more than happy to oblige them because I just thought it was the coolest piece. Now these are not holes, they're just like little, I don't know if there was maybe something in those at one time, like maybe like little pieces of moss or something. It almost looks like bullet holes, but they're not. They're just indented into the chalkware, and I don't know exactly who this is, if it's supposed to be like Paul Revere, or I'm not really sure, but I loved the patina on it. You can see that it's kind of crusty, like it's almost like it had like some moss growing on it at one time. So I don't know if somebody had this like in their garden or something, but I just loved it when I seen it. I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. So while it may seem like a strange object, I don't know, something about it just really caught my eye. And if you remember a couple videos ago, I had thrifted a really cool vase, and I said it kind of reminded me of like the Civil War era. I think that vase will go really nice alongside of this because the vase is that real bronzy color. So I think the two together are gonna look pretty cool. So I don't know, it definitely caught my eye when I seen it, and I was like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So I purchased that one. And then at that same shop where I got that, I got two pictures from them as well. This first picture I paid $18 for, which I feel like is a little bit high, but I really loved the picture itself, so I decided to go with it. And it looks like this. It says arrow collars and shirts for dress. So I don't know if it was an advertisement at one time. There is like a thing on the back here. It says J.C. Leyendecker Parkhouse Enterprises. So I don't know if they're the ones that like framed it, or I'm not sure, but I just loved the print, and her dress is just gorgeous. So yeah, I decided to grab that, even though, like I said, $18 is a little bit high of a price. So the next one I think I paid $5 for. This one is an actual vintage print. And I love anything that's like outdoorsy, that has that beautiful outdoors print. And this has, you know, the waterfall and all the trees, and you can definitely tell by the frame that it's old. And at the bottom it says Wilbur J. Thirk, so I don't know if that's the park that this picture is taken from, or I'm not really sure, but I absolutely loved it. You can tell in the back it's pretty old. So I grabbed that because I do, even in this apartment that I'm in now, I did have a gallery wall. So if you don't know what that is, it's just basically a wall that's just covered in prints. It could be paintings or other kinds of vintage prints. So I will be doing that same gallery wall once I get moved into the new place. So I'll be adding that to the wall. And then I got some postcards too from that same shop. I love vintage postcards. I think they're so cute, and you can, you know, just decorate with them, use them as, stick them in little things, and just, you know, for fun. They're kind of a conversation piece. The first one is a postcard. It was never used, but it's depicts these three gentlemen, and they look to be on a train, and it says leaving Minneapolis. And I just thought that was such a cool picture. I love the ornate decking there on the back of the train. I think that's just beautiful. So I got that one. If I can find ones where people have written things on them, I try to do that because I really like that. And this one had definitely, someone had written a little bit of a letter on the back. And this postcard was postmarked 1907. So I thought that was pretty cool. And this is the picture on the front. So yeah, it's always fun to read other people's adventures, and especially, you know, it's crazy. Like, who would have thought that somebody in 2025 would be reading your postcard from 1907, you know? So I just thought that was kind of cool. But, and then I found this one. This one is postmarked 1912, and it is an Easter one. I just thought that was so pretty. And that one also has writing on the back of it. I'm trying to read what it says. I think it says, "How is the big farmer anyhow? Hope you do well, your father." So maybe he came to, it says he lived in Rush City, Minnesota. So maybe he came to Rush City to be a farmer back in 1912. So, okay. And the last one I thought was so cute. It's a little pinup girl, and I just thought she was adorable. That postcard's never been used, but I just thought, I loved the graphics on the front of it. I just thought she was so cute. And then I also got a ornament for my tree. In the Christmas time, I do put up, I have a reproduction aluminum tree. So I'm always looking for fun ornaments to put on it, whether they're vintage or modern. But I do like Barbie ornaments. I like Marilyn Monroe ornaments. So I found this cute Barbie ornament. She was $5, and that was at the same shop that I got the fish from. So they had her in there, and I did open her up and check her just to make sure she wasn't broken or anything, and she wasn't. So I just love that. And I actually do have a reproduction Barbie doll in her box that looks like this. So thought that was kind of fun. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the stuff that I got from Savers, and this was a few days ago when I found these items. So the one item that I actually went in there for was a big picture. I think I said on here before, one of the bedrooms in my new place is going to be tiki themed. So I had seen this picture like a couple, like, I don't know, a week or two before I went back in there, and I kept thinking about it because I'm like, you know what, that picture would really go really well with my tiki theme. But I was assuming it would have been gone by the time I went back. So when I went back, I wasn't expecting to find it, and at first I couldn't find it because they had like moved it from where it was to like further up on the shelf. So when I finally seen it, I was like, dang, I didn't expect to find it. So that was exciting. So I paid $4.99 for the print, and it's in a frame and with glass. It looks like this. I just thought it was so unique. And it's old, like it's got this old backing on it. Like you can tell that, it's been around for a while. Somebody may have reframed it at one point, but I just liked it. I just thought it was so cool and unique, and I can't tell if it's actually, like, it's behind glass, so I don't know what kind of a print it is. I know some of these that looked like this at one time were actually velvet, and they painted on velvet, so, but I can't tell based on the glass whether that's the case or not, but I just really liked the graphics on it. So that will be definitely going in the tiki themed room. Okay. And then if you are somebody who goes to Savers or, anything that's similar to Savers, they have like bags on the wall of just random knickknacks that they'll just bag up and they'll price it for like $5 or something. I seen this tin in one of the bags and I just loved it. Isn't that beautiful? And it says poppy talcum powder. And obviously this is a reproduction tin, but I just loved the colors on there. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And it did come with like a packet of potpourri, but I'm sure it's probably dried out, so I'll just throw it away. But I just wanted the tin. So I did pay $4.99 for this, which is a little high, but I liked the tin so much that I decided, to do that. But the graphics are absolutely beautiful on that tin. So, and it's two-sided. It's the same graphic front and back. So, okay. I also got a little candle holder. I paid $3.99 for this. It's a little kind of rose gold candle holder. It's got velvet on the bottom. I'm going to use this in my bedroom, so I got some candles to put in it. And then I got this really pretty, I don't know if you'd call it a doily. It's more of a runner, but it's for Christmas, and it has Santa Claus on it, if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty long. It's got a tag holding it together, but yeah, it's pretty long. So I thought, oh, this would look pretty on the buffet during Christmas time. Like I could put this over the buffet table in the dining room. So that was my thought on this, and I paid $1.99 for this runner. And obviously this is, probably a reproduction. I highly doubt it's vintage, but. And then I also paid $1.99 for this. I guess like tea towel is basically what it is. I'm just going to use it as a decoration, because I liked that like farmhousey kind of like material. So I'm just going to use this more or less as like a decoration, I think. Maybe I'll use it as a towel. I don't know. But I just liked that print, the green color. Obviously, I love green. So I was going to see if there was a brand name on it at all. No. So, but yeah, $1.99 for that. I also got these doilies. which I thought were absolutely beautiful. They reminded me of like seashells. And there's 3 of them in here, and they look like that. And there's a pack of 3, and I paid $2.49 for the pack of 3. And then I got this gorgeous bowl, and I think I have like the plate holder. So I think I'm going to set this up using a plate holder maybe in my bedroom because it has the colors that I have in the bedroom. I paid $6.99 for it. But look at how gorgeous that is. And you can tell that's old. It does not have any markings on the back whatsoever, so I have no idea what brand or maker's mark or anything. So, but yeah, I just thought that was so pretty. So I got that. Let's see what else is in here. I also got another frame to put something in. I paid $3.99 for this frame, and it's kind of a gold braided design. And then just one other plain frame. This one is a big one because I have a poster coming to put in my bathroom, so I needed kind of a bigger frame for that. And this one I paid $4.99 for. So that is my haul. So I think I did pretty good over the weekend with all of that stuff. I was pretty happy with my finds. Like, there was some awesome stuff there. So I was really excited that I found that the advertisement for that citywide garage sale at the fairgrounds, because I would have not even known it was there otherwise. So that was really fun. That was a really fun find, and all the vendors there were just basically practically giving the stuff away. So I mean, it was like you missed out if you didn't go there for sure. So anyways, guys, I hope that I was just trying to think for a second if I had anything else. I'm looking at this bag over there, but I think, nope, I took everything out of it. Okay. I had to think for a minute. I'm like, did I have one more bag over there? No. So, but that was good finds, and I'm super excited about this. This was like the holy grail of finds. Like, it is so hard to find any sort of light fixtures, much less from the 40s, that are not chipped up and broken, and you know, it's just crazy. So I'm definitely going to be taking very good care of that, because that's a beautiful piece. So I was super excited to find that. But all right, guys, well, if you liked these kind of videos, please think about subscribing and liking. And if there's anything in the haul that you really liked or have any ideas for decorating with, just leave a comment, and I like reading the comments. So, and I always try to respond to everybody. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.